Alright everyone, there's a video come out by Live for Liverpool. It's by Michael Mongi. He posted this it got published about 10 to 8 last night. It's not my thoughts, it's about Isak. I would completely dismiss these claims, I would completely rubbish these claims, but yeah, this morning's the first chance I've had to get it. But yeah. So the headline that they've got is Liverpool confident of deal to sign underpaid elite striker. Now they've got confident of deal to sign in quotation marks. So somebody has said confident of deal to sign. I haven't, and I don't believe it will have come from Michael Mongi. He'll have come from somewhere. So let's have a look at this claim. Recent reports claim that Liverpool aren't willing to meet the £150 million asking price Newcastle has set for Isak, basically. Other news, water's wet. I'm not surprised. I don't want to pay £150 million for him. The only way I'd be happy with that is if Saudi clubs came in and we got deals agreed for, say, £500 million for Darwin Núñez and, say, £300 million for Luis Diaz. Unless we're getting, crazy offers like that, then I'm not interested in paying £150 million on a player. Not when we need several positions played. If we only needed one player, slightly different story, but we need more than one. So let's have a look at this together, because I haven't read this yet. I mean, I saw it last night and I was too tired to even bother to read it. I thought, I can't be bothered. Bloody adverts everywhere. But it says here, there's a fresh claim has suggested the Liverpool are, and I'll use the quotation marks then, confident of a deal to sign Isak. So who's claiming this? Because for me, it's nonsense. The Athletic said last month, FSG aren't willing to match the price tag. I'm not surprised. It's a crazy price tag, but in a way, is it? For somebody to say prize Haaland from City now, how much would they have to pay to get City to go, okay, you can have talks with him? Players like that are not generally available in the market, and if they are, they're not available for long, and they cost money. It goes on about Isak's form this season. He's had a phenomenal season. 24 goals, 5 assists in all competitions. Oh, let's have a look. A different report from TBR Football. That's the boot room. And they claim that Arsenal believe Isak would prefer a move to Anfield over the Emirates. So, where's this confident of deal to sign come from? Oh, it's rousing the cop here mentioned now, and it's Bailey. Would that be Graham Bailey by any chance? So, let's have a look what he said. As Liverpool look for a replacement, rousing the cop understands Isak has been firmly installed as the club's top target. David Ornstein shut that down, if I remember correctly, and I would have more faith in David Ornstein bringing something from the club than Graham Bailey, if that's who it is. I'd have to have a look at this article. Oh, report from Rousing the Cops, Graham Bailey. It is. That was hidden behind an advert. So it is Graham Bailey. So I would believe David Ornstein or the Newcastle journalists close to the club over Graham Bailey, and the impression I'm getting from those is Isak's going nowhere, and that's my belief as well. So my personal opinion, Isak is going nowhere. We are not signing Isak. Isak is not leaving Newcastle. He will not be moving this summer. Next season, my opinion is Isak will be at Newcastle. The season after, I believe, Isak will be at Newcastle. And funnily enough, the season after that, I expect him to be at Newcastle, because I don't see him leaving there anytime soon unless something happens and he wants to leave. But right now, I don't see anything out of it. So let's see what Graham Bailey spouts this time. Getting Isak out of Newcastle will be costly, and a move away from Newcastle is still far from guaranteed. Really? No shit. However, despite a possibility their confidence is misplaced, Liverpool are understood to hold the belief they can land their man. Really? That's not what I've heard. However, despite Liverpool's early confidence, there remains a chance that the Sweden international puts pen to paper on a new contract at Newcastle. That's probably the most likely scenario out of anything, and to be honest, that's what I expect to happen. And I would expect a hefty release clause to be put in there as well. He's said to be on a salary well below his current market value, and the Magpies are working on fresh terms for their star man. I think he's on 120k a week. For somebody who's touted as the informed striker in Europe, near enough, other than the likes of Victor Gyökeres, I'd say he would be underpaid. And look what there. I think Darwin Núñez gets more than him. What does that tell you? Should Isak sign improved terms at St James's, Liverpool are understood to be ready to pursue other targets. If no new deal is signed, it is expected that Isak will move on. Who expects that? Because Newcastle don't need to sell, and if they did, he would not be high of the list. There'll be other players to go out first, I'm sure. I mean, there is reports 150 million for Isak. Fair enough. I reckon a 200 million offer could go in theory. I reckon Newcastle would turn that down. I think you're going to have to literally shatter the world transfer record to get Isak. You're looking at a 50% increase up to 300 million, I think. And then they might consider talking to you. It's a complete, utter nonsense. So I'm telling Newcastle fans now, I don't believe this will happen. I've got to bring this out because you're going to hear these stories. You're going to hear it in the news. And I'm going to do my best to quash the rubbish because that's what I believe it is. Utter rubbish. I mean, I don't know where they've got this belief that Liverpool will be signing him. I really don't. If it was doable, I'd love him at the club, don't get me wrong. But then again, if it was doable, I'd like Rodrigo or Vinicius Jr. or Bastoni. I'd like Zubimendi. Loads of players I'd love at the club if doable. Doesn't mean to say they're going to come. I think they've read something, and then they've read something else together, and put two and two together and come up with six. I'm getting the feeling some of these journalists don't know they're behind from their elbow, and it's a load of shit. Alright, just ignore it, is my advice. Unless you hear something from Newcastle that a bid's gone in and they've accepted it, and he's gone to talk terms, he's going nowhere. Alright? It's all speculation and nonsense. I'm just trying to do my best to stop these rumours because it's getting ridiculous. But you're going to hear it. If people keep saying there's a chance of a deal, people are going to get their hopes up, and they're getting their hopes up unnecessarily because there's no point. It's a non-starter. He's not going. I think people just need to accept it. Newcastle are in a state where they don't have to sell their best players to clubs every year now. They haven't got Ashley anymore. They're under new ownership. They're in a better state. If it had been Mike Ashley as the owners, I will very well believe he would go. But Mike Ashley has nothing to do with Newcastle anymore, and from knowing what he did to that club and the way he's treated people in his business, I'm quite glad you've got rid of him. I don't trust the man. I don't think he's a good person. And you're better off now than you were under him. Newcastle has a bright future. They have a model that looks like they're taking them in the right way. So why would they need to sell? If they don't need to sell players, why would they be wanting to sell one of the best players they've got, if not the best player they've got? It makes no sense. If they had to sell, fair enough, but they don't. And that's been confirmed by their CEO. So, until you hear something that confirms he's off to have talks with another club, even then that doesn't mean to say it's going to go through. He could turn it down. I'll tell you now, this is when you believe Isak's moving, or moved. When you see him sign and presented at another club. Until then, he's a Newcastle player, and I believe that's the way it's going to stay. But we get this nonsense keep spouted every day, and I'm sick of talking about him, but somebody needs to quash the rumours. Alright guys, thank you very much.